Hey guys, Gunners back. Welcome back to another video, and today I am going to show you my experience with going to the Bahamas. But first, let's start at the very beginning. So between April and May of 2023, me and my sister went to the post office to actually get our passports set up. Then all we had to do was wait for 4 months. And the reason why me and my sister needed a passport is because we're obviously going out of the US to actually go to the Bahamas. And then in September of 2023, our dad finally told me and my sister that we were actually going on a cruise to the Bahamas, because the entire time he actually kept it a secret to have it as a surprise thing for Christmas. But my mom told my dad that he should probably tell us as soon as possible, because even though if he told us in December, I need a lot more time to mentally prepare to know that I'm literally going out of the US to go to an island that I know nothing about. So I'm definitely glad he told us in September. So now jumping all the way to the end of January, that is where our adventure begins. I'm not really sure if this will actually turn into a video, but in about less than 30 hours, I'll be going to the Bahamas. And we're gonna go on a cruise ship and all that. So I've never been to the Bahamas, and I've never been on a cruise ship before. Or a cruise. My dad has though, so that's why I have this shirt. But yeah, in about an hour, we're gonna drive to the airport and then fly all the way to Florida. And then we're gonna have a hotel for a night. And then tomorrow morning, we're gonna get ready to go to the cruise ship. Is that what you say? Is that how you say it? Cruise ship? For some reason it sounds like I'm saying it wrong, but going to the boat. And I don't know, this kind of feels like a once in a lifetime experience, so I thought might as well document it, if this is even an actual video or not. I'm not sure how much I'll record, but this is kind of just a intro of just in case I have enough footage. I'll probably most likely take more pictures than actually record. So if you want to see those pictures, check out my Instagram in the description. But yeah, right now I'm kind of just waiting. Got my vacation hat. Everything's all packed up. I won't really have any internet on the boat, so I'm not really know what's gonna happen for about 5 days. But I guess we will see what happens. But yeah, hopefully I don't need to explain anything else. And I will see you at the airport. So we got to the airport, and first thing we did, obviously, is get our baggage to where it needs to be. Then went through security, which is always fun. Michigan security actually isn't that bad, but I'll tell you a story about the Florida security after. But after security, we find a place to sit, and I got myself a delicious bagel. Yeah, kind of same old for me. Just waited in the airport for a while until our seats were called. And then the only difference with this airplane trip that I haven't had with any other trip is I actually didn't have a window seat. So every time we fly, I'm always with my mom, and she always selects a window seat for me so that I can look out, maybe record some stuff, and also because I just like having a window seat in general. But since it's a little different with my dad and stepmom, this was the first time I've only gone on a plane with just them, I think. So it was a little bit weird, but basically my dad had the window seat, and since it was 4 of us together, my dad had the window seat, my stepmom had the middle seat, my sister had the seat that you can easily get out of if you need to go to the bathroom and all that, through the whole walkway in the middle. And then I had that too, but the only difference is that I wasn't really sitting right next to them like I was. They were a gap between me. But the weirdest part is that I actually sat by a bunch of strangers. So it was a little weird because I never had to do that before. But besides that, it actually wasn't really too bad. Usually I barely have any room to stretch my legs because of how tall I am. So with how long my legs are, it hurts because my knees are literally on the metal part of the other chair in front of me. But luckily with the outer seat, I could actually stick at least one leg out to just stretch it about once in a while. So at least that was one plus. The rest of it was kind of weird, except actually just came to my brain right now. I actually got Spotify Premium for the first time because I didn't know if I wanted to listen to music offline or not while I was on the cruise. So I tried it out offline for the first time on an airplane, and it was amazing. I just listened to some of my favorite music just for the next 3 hours. It was great. So after the plane ride, we got into the airport that we landed to. And then I got into some Florida clothes instead of Michigan clothes. And as you can see here, I made a transition of me changing clothes, which weirdly took a lot longer than expected. Then we went to a place and ate for a little bit, explored around, and then we got to the hotel that we were staying at for the night. And the hotel was actually pretty nice. I actually really enjoyed that hotel. We got a pretty nice room. Then there was also like this pool area that was actually really cool to just chill out at, and then there was like a hot tub, and it was a lot of fun. And then we had so much fun that apparently no one in my family wanted to actually stay up longer. So we literally just hopped into bed at like 6 or 7. So then we laid in bed for the rest of the night. And even though I had a great time at the hotel, I had a horrible time sleeping. So there was a couple issues. One, usually I sleep with like a fan on so that I can cancel out all the other noises around me. But my dad, since we're sleeping in the same room, he does not really like listening to fans while trying to sleep. So we had no fan. And then the worst thing as well is so throughout the night, I kept waking up and I was scared to like move because it felt like I was just gonna wake people up if I just kept moving like around, since it's like so quiet in the room. And also my dad, he snores, so I got to hear that for a while. And then what's even worse is that since there was only 2 beds in that hotel room, my dad and my stepmom shared the same bed, and me and my sister shared the same bed. But literally whenever my sister like sleeps and all that, she just moves everywhere on the bed. So literally I stayed on my side when she literally took up the entire middle. And then I didn't want to wake her up because I would have felt bad and everyone else would have waken up. So finally at like 3 a.m. whenever I felt my sister's knee pinned against my back in pain, I finally decided to just stay up for the rest of that morning at 3 a.m. So I went to the other room and sat on the couch and just worked on schoolwork. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that I got up to do schoolwork for the rest of that morning because I literally got most of it done, which is really nice because I obviously don't want to do schoolwork on vacation. Because obviously when you're gone, your school doesn't stop for you. So I'm really glad I did that. So yeah, after the sun came up and all that, we eventually went out of the hotel room to go eat. There was this really nice room that where we ate at was nice. The food was expensive, but it was still delicious. And afterwards we sat out by the pool for the next couple hours because at the time we had to like get out of the hotel room. And then after sitting by the pool for a while and also checking out like this fish fountain that was right next to it, we eventually got on our bus to actually go to the cruise ship. So it actually took us like 5 minutes to actually get to the cruise ship from the hotel. And there was a bunch of boats around, like a bunch of cruise ships around. In the first one we saw, I thought that was the ship we were going on. So I was already excited seeing this ship that I'm looking at in the bus. And then my dad turns to me being like, "Can't you believe ours is bigger than that?" I'm like, "That's not our boat." So yeah, we were going on a boat bigger than that boat, which blew my mind because that was like the first time I actually saw a big cruise ship like that. So then we finally got out of the boat. We brung our luggage to the guy that's gonna put our stuff in the cruise ship. Then we went up a lot of stairs to actually get onto the boat. And then also went into like this big old line to actually go through like another part of like security to actually show that we are able to go onto the boat. And that's where like the passports come in. So then after that, there's like a big old window with a long hallway that you have to go down to actually get onto the boat. And you look out there and you can barely see the entire ship if you just look up and down. And so we finally got into the boat. And what we did for like an hour or so is we explored a teensy bit of the ship. And there's like this cool like main part of the boat that like has a bunch of stuff at. But first we had to all go to like this place to like go eat and all that, because for like a couple hours you couldn't like actually go to your room because they have to set it up and all that, and to get like your luggage and everything all ready to be there. And so we stayed at like this buffet area where we waited for like the rest of the family that were going to actually be on the boat. So we had me, my sister, dad, stepmom, my stepmom's parents, and my stepmom's sister with her 2 kids, and then my grandparents with also my uncle and aunt and cousin with also his friend that came along. So luckily there was like a lot of people that actually came that I knew, because if it was just me, my sister, and my dad and stepmom, it probably wouldn't have been as fun. So I'm glad all the people that came went. But yeah, after eating and waiting for people and all that, we actually got to see like the middle part of the ship and all that, which was actually really cool. And then we eventually checked out our rooms and all that. And so I kind of recorded this part a little bit, which wasn't really meant to be like a part of this video, because I kind of used it just to memorize like where I'm going whenever I need to go to my parents' room. So that's why I recorded what you're about to see. But yeah, there's that video.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I think it's somewhere here. Hopefully this is it. This is crazy. This is all ours. Ours! All right. Look at me. So far, I don't see my luggage. Oh, is that all right?
Oh, there's your luggage.
All right.
Do you want to just take it from him and then?
Yep, this is mine.
That first one's.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take it to your room.
Yeah. So after setting up our stuff in the room and also messing with our peephole through the door, we decided to go to the top of the boat to see what was up there. And there was a nice pool and obviously nice scenery to look outside of the boat. It was also very chaotic up there, but that's kind of expected because literally, I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, over 1,000 people were on that boat. So it's literally all 4,000 people checking out the view on top. But we still wandered about and also saw like this one thing that's owned by Elon Musk. Then after a while, we finally see the boat start moving, which was very weird to see because you literally like, you're walking like the opposite way from where the boat is going. So it just looks like you're kind of just like going nowhere, if that makes sense, while still looking out. But that was really cool to see. But yeah, after checking out the top, we decided to explore the inside. And the inside is pretty cool as well. And now around this time, we're kind of settling in just a little bit. And I think I leave our room to go do something at my dad's room. I don't remember what it was, but actually I don't even know if I was going to my dad's room. I just wasn't in the room at the time. But there was like kind of one scary part, which was weird to think about on this trip. And that was like the cleaners that like clean your room. And I will say the cleaners for like the rest of this trip were actually pretty nice and also really cool. It's just at this time it was really terrifying to think about. But anyways, I'm not in the room and my sister is. And our cleaner like knocks on our door, and then I don't remember if my sister said that she like answered like saying like don't come in, or just didn't say anything, but he unlocked the door. Which makes sense that like all the cleaners have like this same amount of like keys for like the doors to like all the rooms. But it was just weird to think that they could just like come in at any moment. But I guess he opened the door. And my sister said that our parents weren't here at the moment. And I guess he responded with, okay, I come back later. Also, he didn't really have that accent. I tried to get his accent, but I kind of butchered it. I'm sorry. But after that incident, we went to our parents' room to go check out like the outside view, since we didn't have like any windows at all. Which was kind of weird because like whenever you're sleeping in that room, you cannot tell if it's daytime or nighttime. So every morning, me and my sister actually had to like set up like alarms for ourselves. But as we were on like our parents' balcony, like seeing like just Florida in the distance just disappear. What was really cool is that there was like this tiny boat on the side, I'm pretty sure, just to make sure that the cruise ship was a-okay before it was going. So there's just like this little boat just following us. But after doing that, we all got ready to go eat some dinner, and where we were eating was really fancy, so we had to like wear like something formal. And some of the food I got there was actually, it was all right, but the desserts were pretty good. Actually, I have one embarrassing story about the dessert I got. So my dessert was a key lime pie, and on the top was like an actual lime, like sticking out of it. And I, at that point, had never had like a lime ever. And I don't know why I didn't think about this, but apparently, I'm an idiot. So without thinking that a lime is probably the same way you eat like an orange, you like peel the stuff off, or like you just like hold it and then like eat into it. I just put the whole thing in my mouth, the skin and everything. I don't know what I was thinking, but whenever I did it, my face just went, and even my aunt is just like, "Are you okay?" So that was my first experience with a lime. But yeah, that whole place that we ate at was beautiful. The scenery was amazing. Our waiter was amazing. Everything was really good. But after that, we checked out some skating. And yes, there was a skating ring on our cruise ship. And I don't know how many clips I can actually show from this, or like the audio, I mean, because I'm sure that a bunch of the music is copyrighted, but that whole thing was awesome. And there was like one thing I was kind of disappointed about. Nothing about the skating rink, but I wanted to like go to like this teen meetup to see like all the teens that are like on the cruise ship and just hanging out, meeting each other. But I missed it because my stepmom thought that it started at a certain time, and the time she thought it started was the time that it ended. So I was kind of a little upset about that, just because I wanted to see if there was anyone I could hang out with on the cruise, but I could never really find that out, because that was kind of the time where people just actually get to know each other. But yeah, after the skating show, we all kind of just went to bed. I think there might have been something else that we did. I think we went somewhere to watch like some sort of quiz song thing, like people like guess the music that's playing. But I didn't really take any pictures from that time, so I don't really remember what really happened. So the next day we woke up, had some breakfast at this buffet, which was really good. And then like an hour later we got off the boat because we arrived at the first island. And whenever we got out of the boat, it was crazy. You are literally like mind blown whenever you like look up, because it's just how big the boat is. It's just insane. It still blows my mind how big that boat is. I couldn't really like comprehend it. But yeah, the island we went to is called Coco Cay. The first thing I liked about this island, even before getting on it, was the bridge. The bridge actually is really cool. And then whenever you walk up to the island, you just see this big monstrosity of of a water slide. I kind of wanted to try out the water slide, but I found out from hearing from my cousin that if you want to go on the water slide, it's like $113 a person, which is a bit much, but it was still cool to see. And then at the front of everything, there was like a bunch of people like dancing and all that, and then a bunch of music happening. And what we did on the island was we just relaxed, enjoyed the sun. There was also just like this wild rooster just like on the loose, which I think was really cool. And then there was like an iguana that was just like walking around, which I kind of saw for like a split second. And there was probably a couple other things we probably could have done. Like, I mean, obviously the water slide, but obviously that was a bit of money for everyone. And then there was also like this hot air balloon, which I don't think you were able to go in. I'm not sure. And then there was also like a zip line, but both of those things were closed because of how windy it was that day. And then there was a whole bunch of other water slides, but we weren't really too bothered about not going on the water slides because our boat had water slides that we could go on. Oh yeah, and then there was also this really cool pool that was like, it was big. It was really big and really nice. There was also like, I think this like pig area. I never saw it, but I guess there was. And no one really wanted to go see pigs. So we really didn't get to see that. And apparently there was a peacock on the island, which I never saw. I kind of wish I saw that, because that would have been cool to see. And I've seen peacocks before, but it is kind of cool just seeing them just like casually just walk around like the rooster. Also on the island, there was like a bunch of like shops and all that for like souvenirs. And one of them was like a hat that was actually pretty nice. And I don't know why I didn't get it. One of the reasons is because I already bought like a nice Hawaiian shirt, which I still liked, but present day, it shrunk in the wash. So that was kind of a waste of money. And now I kind of wish I got the hat. But I guess that'll be a goal for next time if I ever go back to the Bahamas, which I highly doubt, but also I have a lot more life to live. So I'm sure it will happen at some point. And I will try to still get that hat if it's still there whenever I do go back. Look at that boat. So big. Crazy. And yeah, that was mostly everything we did on the island. And it doesn't really sound like too eventful of a time, but I still enjoyed it. But yeah, we got back on the boat after enjoying the perfect day at Coco Cay. And once again, still mind blown about how big this boat is. Yeah, whenever we got back on, we kind of just explored more of the boat. There was a bunch of areas that were really cool to see. And then for some reason, I decided to make a video of testing out pizza on the cruise ship, and I don't really know why. I think it's because I was watching a bunch of Arak videos recently, so I was just seeing him like test out a bunch of pizzas, so I think that kind of gave me the idea of doing this, but I don't know, it's a little weird now looking back, but I will say the pizza was good. And then that same day we did try out the water slide for the first time on the boat, which was really cool. There is one scary part though, and that's like there's like this kind of like glass spot that you can like look under, and you're literally over the boat. Like you're just looking down and seeing water. So that was creepy to think about, but it was really fun. And me and my sister like did that for a while. And then after a little while, we said a farewell to Coco Cay. You're not like looking down. Look at all those people down there. They don't even know I'm looking at them. Look at that guy. Actually, I think he works here. He has like paper. Actually, it might be security. Like those people. They don't know I'm here. And all of these people coming back to the ship. Crazy. And the boat just slowly left the island. And also, I just want to say how weird of a coincidence this is that I'm about to bring up. And I didn't know about this until like I think like a couple weeks after our trip and all that. But the day we went to Coco Cay, a day after that, Mr. Beast posted a video about going on like private islands and all that. Whenever I watched it, I'm like, huh, that's a funny coincidence. I literally came back from going on islands. And then I found out at the end of his video, like the most expensive island was Coco Cay. And I think that's just a really weird coincidence because I have never heard of Coco Cay, and that was my first time being at Coco Cay, and also being on a cruise, and leaving the country and all that. And then literally a day later, Mr. Beast posts a video of like the exact same place I was just at. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny, because now I got to see all the places that like Mr. Beast went to. Literally the places I was just at, seeing all the same stuff I literally experienced like weeks before. But yeah, whenever I first like watched the video, I was kind of in shock. And that's also how I found out about the peacock. But yeah, it was definitely crazy to see that in his video. Literally a day later. But yeah, we went back to our rooms, and our cleaner made this like cool rabbit made of like towels, which I can't even think of how you would even do that, but it was cool. And then we once again went to that one dinner area where you had to like wear formal clothes. And there's the shirt I wore that I got from Coco Cay that unfortunately no longer fits me. And then there's a couple recordings that I also recorded in my bed while I had a headache. And yeah, here's that recording. All right, this is almost the end of day 2 on this cruise. Right now I have a headache, so I'm laying in bed with don't ask, but bottled water, because it's really cold, because it's like right in the back of the head. And hopefully the headache isn't a daily occurrence, because I had a really bad headache yesterday as well, and that headache started whenever we like got off land and all that. And then whenever we left the island today, it started to happen whenever we were like moving. Like I could start to feel it, and then it started getting worse. But right now, I'm laying in my epic tropical shirt that I got from the island, because for whenever you eat with everyone for dinner, you have to dress casual, and today was tropical night, so I wore this, and also a great excuse for me to buy a tropical shirt at the island to use this for this occasion and to have it forever. I also got some khakis on. That's a pill. Khakis. Look at that. But I just wanted to record this part in case I forgot about this, but I just wanted to talk about how good like the people actually like clean your room on this cruise ship. So for some reason the actual name of it isn't actually coming to my mind right now because of probably my headache, which is probably a horrible time for me to actually talk about this, but I know I'll forget about it later. But the cleaning people that like come to your room, okay, like daily, and they just come in your room like just once a day to just clean so that you actually feel, so that your room actually feels nice. Also, I just realized, I don't know if these were here before. I'll have to look back on other pictures, but I just realized like there's like curtains here. That's actually really cool. I don't know if that caught that on the camera because I can't flip the camera for some reason. But yeah, I don't know if I had like a before picture before everything was cleaned, because I didn't really think about it, to be honest. But it wasn't really the greatest in here, and I actually cleaned up some stuff before they actually cleaned in here, because I didn't want them to throw away certain things that they would think would be trash. So I just tucked stuff away myself. But besides the shorts, they're on the couch right now because I took those off to actually get my khakis on. The room actually looks pretty nice. And then I think what's actually the best part about this is that our cleaner left like he created like a bunny or something just out of rags. Let me actually get up. But this is just awesome right here. I would love to just have this, but I assume you can't take the rags off the boat, and also it'll probably unravel by the time we're back to Michigan. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to do a little update. I know I haven't really done an update, like not really on the first day, I don't think. I have no idea. I'll have to check quite a bit of my footage, because I think so far I might actually be able to turn this into a video. Because before I didn't know how much I could really record that would be interesting to record, but I think I might actually be able to turn this into a video. So far I'm enjoying the cruise, and later today I'm gonna I say later today, it's 7:25, but later today I'm gonna try out this silent disco thing. It sounds interesting. I don't really know what I'm expecting. I'm gonna be a little more quiet. I kind of forget I have a headache, which is probably bad because I kind of want to actually lay down in peace for probably like a half hour before I do anything else. But at like 9 o'clock, there's this, I already said it, but silent disco party, and it's like there was one I think yesterday, if I'm correct. But today it's happening again, but it's only for like teens. So I don't know, maybe it might be fun. This is just a lovely camera view. Hello everybody. But yeah, hopefully that'll be fun, and I think that's really the only plan for the rest of tonight. So hopefully the whole silent disco thing will turn out well if this headache goes away. Because if this headache doesn't go away, then I don't know what the point would be, because that would just make my headache worse. But I think that'll probably just be the end of day 2. So if it is, then if there isn't any other updates that I'm commentating over for this video, then I will see you guys on day 3. So the time I recorded that, like I said on the recording, was 7:30 p.m. and the whole teen disco thing was at 9 o'clock. I thought I was just gonna lay down for like a half hour, but I got knocked right out, and I didn't really set an alarm for anything for me to get up, I don't think. I'm pretty sure like my dad or sister like walked through the door, and I woke up, looked at the time, and it was exactly 9 o'clock. And I was kind of freaking out a little bit because I missed the first teen party, and this party only goes on for an hour. And I also needed to find out where it even was on the boat. So after freaking out for a little bit, I eventually found the area where it was all going on at. And I will say, I probably would have enjoyed this thing a lot more if I went to the first teen hangout thing, because I probably would have like known a lot more people. Felt a lot more divided, mostly because it was like a disco with music in your headset. And I think it was a lot more harder for me to talk to people because I assumed most of the people that were in here, in the little disco area, like went to the last teen party. So they kind of like knew people a little bit when this was my first time being there. But there was someone that walked up to me and asked what my name was and where I'm from and all that. I feel very bad for forgetting her name present day, but she was sweet. And I feel a little less bad because she also forgot my name. This is kind of going a little too forward in my little vacation story, but I guess people told me that she was calling me Garrett instead of Gunner. But I did see a couple people that were pretty chill at the party. It was kind of hard to like kind of socialize just because everyone just had headsets on. But as you can tell from this little video here that will pop up in a moment, I assume most of the people were feeling the same way I was feeling. And I think from literally just like hearing everything all around, it shows how awkward it kind of was. But yeah, as you could tell, no one really wanted to go on the dance floor. Everyone kind of just sat all around the area on the sides. But most of the time I got up and watched a couple people play a game. I think it's called foosball. And the people that were playing foosball were also pretty chill. But yeah, that was basically the end of my day 2 of being on the cruise ship. So the next morning, we woke up and voila! In front of our very eyes, it's a new island. And if I'm correct, I think it's called Nassau. And I think that's the main capital of the Bahamas. But yeah, in our morning, we went to that little buffet place again. I ate a bunch of unhealthy food. And looking outside and all that, I saw like a big old like place in the distance, which looked really cool. And I guess it's Atlantis. Ow, that hurt. I didn't know Atlantis was like an actual building, but I kind of wanted to go to it. But no one else that was in our big group wanted to. So only me and my dad went over there. So we got out of our boat, and there's 3 other boats parked next to ours. 2 of them were also Royal Caribbean boats, which is also what our boat is. But apparently our boat is smaller than the other 2. Which is weird to think about. And then the boat next to the other 2 is a Disney boat, which I thought was really cool to see in person. But yeah, me and my dad split up from the group that were going to like the main Nassau island, and the Atlantis building was like kind of just on the outskirts of the island. So we had to like go to like an own like separate boat to like get to it. And I will say the boat that we rode on was terrifying. Whenever we first got on it first of all, didn't even look safe. And the boat was just rocking so back and forth. It was like, it was really weird. And whenever like, it was like parked, whenever people were like getting on it, the driver kept like going in like reverse, just like hitting the dock. So as people are trying to get on, he's just still in like reverse and all that. And we just hear just the back of the boat just banging on it. So that was probably the most scariest boat I've ever been on. But yeah, after that, we pulled up to the land that Atlantis was on, and we explored the town a little bit that it was at, and then we made it in. So when coming into Atlantis, I did not realize that kind of the main place in Atlantis was a casino. But besides that, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool like going in there and seeing what was in there. And now me and my dad can say that we have been in Atlantis. One thing that did kind of suck though is that like even though it was cool to see like stuff that was in there, there wasn't really much to do. There was apparently an aquarium there, but we tried to like go in to check it out, and there was people escorting us out because apparently we needed the thing called a day pass. So we found a line to get a day pass, and we were in that line for about like 20 minutes, and it's a very long line. We're not even close to the front entrance area to get it. And so my dad finally asks, like, how much is a day pass? The woman says $125 a person. So we immediately left that line and just explored more around Atlantis. But I will say the casino was actually really cool to see. We didn't do anything in the casino, mostly because I don't like to gamble, but the inside of the place was really cool. Actually, now thinking of it, I don't think I could have even gambled anyways because I'm underage. Gambling is 18 plus. Okay. I wouldn't have been able to if I could at that time. Because even though I'm 18 now, whenever I was on the cruise, I was not 18 yet, so I couldn't have even done that even if I wanted to. But anyways, we left Atlantis, then we walked back to the boat and all that, waiting to go back to the main island. But as we were waiting, there was like this big group of people, and this old guy like walked up to them, and I don't remember how it fully went, but I think he was just like, is it any of your guys' birthday today? And I guess it was someone's birthday. And then all of a sudden the old guy just broke into song, which was awesome to see.
Welcome to the Bahamas.
Sadly, I only got like the last like couple seconds of him singing, but it was really cool to see in person because it was just so unexpected. But yeah, we eventually got onto the boat, slowly just seeing Atlantis get smaller and smaller in the distance. And then we saw like a couple buildings on like kind of like the little boat tour. Because we kind of went around like all the boats, seeing like a couple other buildings just like on the side. There was a couple houses on the side that were kind of cool. One of them was, I guess, this building from James Bond, which I guess something happened to the real James Bond, which I didn't know there was a real James Bond, unless this guy's just fibbing with me. But nonetheless, it's still a cool building. And then another building we saw was, I guess, apparently Nicolas Cage's vacation home. But after getting off that little boat, the same rickety boat that I hated, we explored the main island area, and a bunch of it was kind of just gift shops, which I don't know what I was really expecting, but it's just a bunch of buildings, which were really cool to see. But a lot of it was gift shops, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. I like seeing stuff like that. And then there was like this one time where a guy walked up to me and my dad and tried to offer us like cigarettes and drugs.
Oh, no, thank you. Got cigarettes? That's okay.
But yeah, saw a bunch of random stuff in gift shops, which was really cool to see. And then after exploring for a little bit, we finally decided to walk back to our boat. But before we went to the boat, we saw this really cool like screen on the side of the wall, which in this recording you're seeing doesn't really look too well, which is a little unfortunate because it did look really cool in person. It's just my phone is kind of weird like that and made it really weird on the camera. But in person, it looked really weird seeing like the stingray just like come out because it was just something I wasn't really expecting. But yeah, after getting back on the ship, I kind of just like laid out in the sun most of the day, which was really nice. And then what's even cooler is there was like this little ice cream area where this guy was just like cranking them up, just handing them to people left and right, and you can just do that over and over again. But yeah, before dinner, I watched like the boats like ropes that they're like connected to on the dock just get unraveled and just sucked into the boat, which was really cool to see. And after that, I went into my room and saw something I was not expecting, but our cleaner once again cleaned our room, and my grandma at the beginning of the day gave me a birthday card, and she was just giving it to me early because I never really see them on my birthday because they're always in Florida whenever it's my birthday. So I had the card just laying in my room, and whenever I go in there, there's on my bed just a bunch of pink petals, I think a heart, and my very own like Royal Caribbean like birthday card or whatever, and also a cake, a towel cake. And then on my sister's bed, it was it was an elephant, which was really cool. Feels like I'm saying really cool so many times, but it really was. I think what was even cooler is that like I left my glasses like in the room because I was wearing my sunglasses outside, but I come in and the cleaner like grabbed my glasses and just sat it on the elephant. Also, one thing that was kind of funny, the cleaner thought it was my sister's birthday. So apparently our cleaner went up to my sister and said, "Happy birthday!" So I assume that's why there was like pink petals around it, but it was warmed my heart. But yeah, after that, we once again went to that one dinner area, and some of the servants wished my cousin's friend a happy birthday, because it was actually his birthday. And then for a while after dinner, me and my sister kind of just like hung out just around the place. Some of that time I spent doing my homework, because sadly school can't stop whenever I'm on vacation. And after that, me, my sister, and a couple of my other family members went and watched this comedian, which he was really funny. I really enjoyed it. I don't remember what his name was, but if anyone knows like this guy that I'm about to like show clips of, let me know what his name is in the comments, because I want to follow him.
El próximo truco se llama for all the Dutch people. All the Germans, aua. Shall we? Shall we?
Yeah!
Would you like to see it go back on? I'm sure you would. Kids, don't try this at home, okay? Go round to a friend's house. By the way, when you go into the dining room tomorrow evening, just go for it, because it's a sea day and they can't throw you off. Shut up, kid! I'm now looking very good looking, intelligent. Gentlemen from the audience, sir, would you stand, please? And have a look round and see if you can find someone. Dear God, you're bigger when you get on stage. It's nice to see you sacrifice fashion for comfort. Hello! You've just arrived! Hello! Hello! Hello!
Wait, what?
Where are you from? He's no idea. Seriously, where are you from, sir? From Florida! Florida, Benjamin! Isn't that fantastic, Chris? I came all the way from England, but I was here on time. See, people think that cats have 9 lives, but it's not true. Because I shot mine twice and it's dead.
Oh my God!
Kids! When you get back to school, you have to work really, really hard. But one day, this will be you.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Time now for danger. I shall now swallow this deadly killer sword. Don't scare the kids too much here. Balloon sword swallowing. It's all about timing there, but thanks anyway. Next time I'll just come in your bedroom and ruin your performance. One time for you only. Place the glass. Julie! Yeah! Hey, Keisha, quick! Grab my balls! They're in the bag. Keisha. Thank you for thinking about it, though. clubs. In the case, I was lying about the balls. In the case, 3 long silver juggling clubs. Don't touch them. Keisha, how far am I from the edge of the stage? Seriously. No, how far? How far? 12 feet! Oh, your husband must love you!
Then after watching him, we went out on the side of the boat and watched the abyss of water in the darkness, which was actually kind of scary to just look at. And that was kind of the end of that day. So the next day, which was also our very last day of the cruise, we actually didn't stop at like any other island next. The last day was just to relax on the cruise. So instead of seeing any kind of islands outside of our boat, it was just water. And it was pretty nice. I had a good time. I tanned quite a bit that day. The only bad news is that it rained, and it didn't stop raining for the rest of the day. So most of our time was also inside, which wasn't too bad as well, because it's pretty nice inside as well. Then after, for a little bit, we found out that our cleaner made some good old towel dinosaurs on our bed, which was also really cool. And then we once again enjoyed our amazing dinner at the place we ate for dinner every day. But I will say, one of the people that were like serving us, or like was changing, like taking our plates away and also like filling up our drinks, waitress, that's the name. I don't know why that didn't come in my head before, but I think she like took like some stuff off the table, and I look on the side of my shoulder and it's just like red dots just like in a line. I'm like, oh no. And I was kind of stressed it was gonna stain as well, because I was wearing a blue shirt at the time. Luckily the red did come off, but it was I was a little stressed whenever it happened. But honestly, our waiter and waitress were amazing. I don't think we would have had any better waiter, honestly. They were both really chill. And for the last dinner, I had a good old lasagna, which was good. And I had this delicious dessert called a lemon curd. But the entire time I was eating it, my sister kept calling it a lemon turd, because apparently she thought I said that. But yeah, for all the days that we ate in there, I 100% felt so out of place being in there. Because compared to just eating at home to eating like at this luxurious place, it just was such a weird big upgrade. But yeah, after that, me and my sister just explored around the boat some more, and then we were on our way to watch a musical. And in the elevator we were in, across from it was another elevator, and in that elevator was like a person playing the piano, which I don't know why we didn't just get out of our elevator to go check out the other elevator. I think it was because we were kind of in a rush trying to find like my parents and all that for like the musical, but it was still really cool to see from a distance. But yeah, the musical was also amazing. I highly doubt I can have any of the audio on for any of this, but here's kind of a little clip, I think, on the screen right now of what I saw. And then after that, I went to another like teen meetup thing, and it was called like, I think it was called like something around the lines of like teen farewell thing. I don't know. It was just another thing of teens just hanging out. But since no one had headsets on this time, or headphones, I don't know why I keep saying headsets, I could actually just like talk and hang out to the people that were there. And a bunch of people that were like there playing foosball, just kind of around the whole table there. They were really chill, and I had a great time. I kind of wish I hung out with them more, but it was nice. I also got like 2 people's like Instagrams from that night just to keep in touch. But yeah, after that was over, I went down to like the main floor where like all like the shops and food is at, like in the main boat, and filled up this cup for water. Because if you actually didn't have these kind of cups, I'm pretty sure you would actually die of thirst, because there was actually no like water fountains. Like all it was like a vending machine to actually get the water, unless you like asked people from like a restaurant. But like that was kind of the only source of like water that you could actually like get. It was either this cup or the water they give you at like dinner. But yeah, I drank out of this for 5 days. But anyways, while I was down there, it was crazy just seeing it like all dead, because a lot of people did have to like wake up the next morning to, like, get off the boat. So it was super weird to see how empty it was. But yeah, after that, I went back to my room, kind of packed up a bit so that I could just wake up the next morning and be mainly all set. And then I went to bed. After me and my sister woke up, we went to the buffet that we been going to for the last 4 or 5 days. And then also looking outside, seeing Florida, the Florida land, the very place we got on the boat at. Enjoyed the little sunrise, which I never really got to experience on the cruise because our room didn't have any windows. So whenever we got up, it was still like in the morning, but like not really sunrisey. Like the sky was already all blue and all that. And then after watching that for a little bit, we went down this long ramp and eventually we got off the boat. And then an hour later, we got to the airport, sat around for probably another hour. And then we made our way back to Michigan. And that's where today's story concludes. So I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about my experience on a cruise ship and my first time being at the Bahamas. And if you have that kind of money to book something like this, you definitely should, just to experience it once. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, want to see more from me, then come and join the Brown Hat Squad for weekly/monthly videos. This video took me a bit to make, if you couldn't tell from my shirt changing while narrating this, so be sure to at least leave a like on this. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!